So parents started receiving their students' ILEARN test scores today.
And while those scores aren't public yet, we already know that the scores are down. Now, Governor Holcomb's asking the Indiana's teachers not to be held responsible. State House Bureau Chief David Williams has more.
ILEARN is Indiana's new statewide school assessment test. It replaced the I-STEP test you're probably familiar with.
I-STEP was moving to an online test protocol as well as a paper pencil, but in the new ILEARN, it is all technology based. They still both are assessing the Indiana academic standards.
The assessments were all new this spring and built with help from Indiana teachers. Frustrated parents and teachers call the new test a relief. It tests English and math starting in 3rd grade, adding science and social studies later. The state's top educator confirmed today that when compared to past I-STEP Plus scores, these new ILEARN scores will show lower achievement levels across the state in both English language arts and math. How or why is complicated.
You have two things going on. You have an implementation dip that is occurring, and you have higher cut scores that have been established by the state, which has resulted in the number of students that did not pass.
Today, Governor Eric Holcomb asked the state's top educator to not hold teachers responsible for the lower scores.
I fully support that. I think that's something that is reasonable as we were moving into a new system, and it should take us a couple of years to figure the system out.
Quote, since this is the first year of the ILEARN assessment, I will ask Superintendent McCormick to support my request that the General Assembly take action to hold schools harmless so the test scores do not have an adverse impact on teacher evaluations and schools' letter grades for the 2018-19 school year.
Test scores now are a part of a teacher's evaluation and part of their compensation, so that is a significant piece. You also have, of course, the community perception that is a negative impact for our teachers. Dr.
Jennifer McCormick's statement reads in part, while frustrating, performance dips at some level were expected, as previously experienced in 2014-2015 with the onset of the then newly implemented I-STEP Plus. McCormick says the department made it known last week that they're proposing legislative action to address the negative impact on educators, school districts, and communities. Dr. McCormick says the state's ILEARN test scores will become public on September 4th. In Indianapolis, I'm David Williams, Wish TV News 8.